Reclaiming your inner child. So this is with the Heavens Cherubs. They came in and they told me they're part of the elemental races. So what happens is you have the fairies, the pixies, the gnomes, and then of course you have a higher level, which are the cherubs that work in the highest heavenly, above all the angels, everything. They work with the throne and God. They are attendants of God's throne. They're very, very high. They're evolved consciousness, but they present themselves childlike because they are pureness, oneness. And they're not like little babies, how they show you in the artworks and displays and that. They're just little people with wings. And this whole, cherub with curly hair and nappies is not how it's meant to be. They're just little people. In fact, I've got one there and it's a little boy and he's about 3. So they are just little people, but they evolved beings, the highest of all, even past all the angels and everything. They sit with God and attend to his throne. So they reside in heaven, but they're part of the elementals. So they're very similar, that free loving, flying around, flow, easygoing. They represent divine love, and that is why they are symbolized in Valentine's, because the cherub comes with the heart, find your true love and all that. It's because their true meaning is they represent from God the divine love. And so it's been, again, sort of, hijacked into Valentine's Day and all that sort of stuff. And they represent purity, playfulness, joy, and they become heaven's messengers. They are managed by Archangel Raphael as their carer, mentor, and protector. So Archangel Raphael has always been a protector, but he's especially a protector of the little cherub people. And he mentors them. And if they've got any issues or problems, that's who they go to. Like Archangel Michael is a warrior and a protector. Raphael is a mentor. So there's a difference there.
It's a doctor.
It's cool stuff. They work in the dimensions between earth and heaven. So they can't really come right in and they can't come to the earth energy, but they work between. So I had to meet them in that gap when I was working with them, which we'll do today. They're the highest order of heavenly beings with the evolved consciousness. They said, for an example, think of Peter Pan. He was one of us. So those beings like Peter Pan that go out and rescue the lost boys and things like that, he's one of them. He's a cherub. He's seen as Peter Pan type character so that people could see him and connect with him. And, it's interesting Disney brought that out because they've been showing us all along truth. The 3 cherubs of God arrived here with messages for the forgotten child within. And they were coming in and I could feel them around me like fairies at first. It felt like, oh, have I got fairies around me? And they said, no, we're cherubs. And I said, I kind of thought, well, that vision of babies and nappies and little wings. And they said, no, we're not like that. And they showed themselves to me. And they're just little people with wings, beautiful little people. They're not a sort of, a boy or girl one. They're just little people. They're just beautiful. They said, we're the divine attendants to God's throne. We are the childlike, but we have evolved higher consciousness. We work in the presence of our God and the creator of one. He reminds us that many have lost their youth to trauma and families that are dysfunctional. You, dear ones, have lost the child innocence within. The play, love, freedom, joy, being childlike, wholeness, and pureness. We protect sacred spaces. Your heart is sacred, and we can repair it back to the childlike. It is now time to stop guarding the child within and to set free to be a full light being in the presence of our Almighty God, to be the healed innocence child again, to begin your new journey of service, purpose, oneness with childlike qualities of play and joy. And I thought to myself, when did we all get so serious? When did we lose our child play? Enjoy being free, enjoy being young and newfound oneness to be the sweet, pure child you are in the eyes of our Almighty God. So always sees you as a child. God sees you as his children. He is sending you new codes to receive the healing required to step forward as the child he sees. Go back to the time that you stopped being a child, the wounded innocent, and replace it with your new pure child as a beginning of a new life to live childlike and carefree. So they're asking us to go back and really take a good look at, when did you start giving up being a child? How old were you when you started to guard it and protect it? And then this came through that was really important. How many of us sit like this or stand like this or talk to people like this? Arms crossed. They said, uncross your arms, stop protecting yourself and let go to be open in a new sacred place within. And they said, so many of us have learnt to do this even in school. Cross your arms. Stop protecting yourself. Stop putting your hands over you or things around your heart space. Allow it to be free, allow it to be open. And I usually do it just for comfort. That's sometimes a comfort thing. But then again, I'm protecting myself because I feel comfortable. I feel secure. So it's our body language gives away a lot of how we're feeling.
Yeah.
You came with a high consciousness of knowledge, and that was removed or taken away from you, filled with fear, being frightened, and programming. Pain was the biggest hurt, and many of you suffered with overcompensating, overeating, overindulging, or addictions, when in fact you were harming the child within. The pain was felt, and acting out was its punishment. It is now time to let go and become the child again with new purpose, consciousness, wholeness, purity, the child that God knows you to be. So, who acted out? We all did. We all had different issues and problems, and, try to hide that pain. We tried to smother it. And in fact, we were just making it worse. It was just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. The light language came through. E la lo wa na na no wa la lo. Sing unto the codes of innocence, and dance to the beat of your own frequency, dear ones. And what they mean by that, when you're in your pureness and oneness, your frequency is two. And this goes back to that boom, boom, boom music and 3D matrix music. What does it do? It dials down your frequency, and you don't feel it, you don't hear it, you don't dance to it. When you dance in true pureness and you're letting go, it's your own frequency, it's expression of your frequency, and that is what the light language is. So you don't just read it, you feel it. Today, we have permission to assist you with claiming back your inner child, to reconnect with you and be childlike, with innocence and no guarding or hiding. Be the child you are in God's eyes. He so loved you, he sent his son to guide you and to be the lessons for you to help yourself and others on your soul journey. So they're reminding us he loved us so much, he sent his son to us, so that we would learn and be able to share those lessons like now and move them forward into the new earth. And that's exactly what Master Orbit did. He sent me here. He said he didn't want to let me come, and I was putting my hand up saying, I'm coming, I'm going, I'm going. The great love comes unconditionally with pureness of divine love. That is why we have been sent as symbols of divine love. So the cherubs are divine love. We give you an activation for recovering the sacred space of the child within. They gave me a couple of examples, like I said this morning. They said, watch the kittens or watch something really innocent, and you see it. You see it in their play. They see something move and they jump at it, and they want to enjoy it and understand it. And instead, you don't see any fear or programming with them. You don't see what the world has become. And that is any kind of fear or hurt or pain. Even the lies have hurt our inner child. Think how some children have suffered when they found out the tooth fairy wasn't real and Santa wasn't real. They feel so betrayed by their parents. And this is all their programming that they've gone through. And so what do? They hide the inner child. They let it go. I don't want to be a child anymore if you're going to keep lying to me about these things. And there's all those kind of hurts and pains out there. And then later on down the line, they get addictions and things. And when you say to your parents, well, why did you lie about Santa? Why did you do that? They've got no answers for you. So you never really heal. You never understand. I never liked my kids about Santa. I told them he wasn't real. They guessed it. They said, how come that Santa in that shopping centre is different from that one? I said, well, because it's not real. I just told them. I just said, I don't want you to believe them. Okay, activation.
Yes.
Imagine the flower of its great beauty that is you. So you are the flower of great beauty. As you open your heart and you bloom open your inner child to bloom in your full glory, to be out front in service and purpose with no fear, guard, or hurt, but of pure love-like goodness from the Creator, knowledge of higher consciousness, divine mission of the soul to experience all in pureness and innocence of love light. So we're really putting ourselves out front here, guys. We're letting go of everything. We're going back to that wee child with all the joy, fun, laughter, love, excitement, and carefree play. E wa ma la la li lu lo na e. And then they did a little giggle. And I've actually put that in brackets for you to pick it up. And they go, they thought it was funny. I am childlike. I am no longer guarded. I am no longer pain of the past. I am innocent of love light. I am joyful. I am playful. I am free of restrictions that I place upon me. So think of that one. I am free of overcompensating. I am free of addictions. I am whole. I am pure. I am child within. I am new creation. La lo li ni ma se si e la, oh God of great. I'm so great of wholeness, love, light, consciousness. I am safe. I am child. I am free. And then you repeat the line. Lo la li la ma se si e la, oh God of great. And you'll feel the activation hitting you. Can you feel it coming in, the codes? Because they're coming in to make you feel giggly and silly. Yesterday I had a giggling fit. They're giving me an exercise to do, and I'm going to show it to you. They're going to move the camera back. Right. All with me, peeps? Right. This is what you've got to do to open up that sacred inner child heart space. Stop guarding it. Stop protecting it. Allow it to be free now, because we're going to heal. So what you do is you stand up, you put your hands above your head as high as you can reach, and jump, jump, jump 3 times. Arms as high as you can go, you're opening and expanding. and then out to the side, out to the side, out to the side 3 times. You got it? So again with me, up, you got to do this 3 times. Up, 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 out, 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 and feel it. Feel the flow, feel it opening up. And then hands it together, and then out 3 times. Out, in, out, in, out, in. And then what they say, arms above the head 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Bring back down. Okay, do your breathing. And relax. Now, do you feel better? You've shifted the frequency and the energy into your bodies.
Wow.
Do you feel it? I've written it down, so it will be on the bottom of the activation. Then, after you've done those exercises, I command, I am inner child, wholeness once again. I am child's play and innocent. And you feel so much, you just feel like laughing. I don't know why, but every time I do it, I feel like laughing because it hits me. No more guarding. No more closing my heart space. No more, all the hurts and trauma of childhood and adulthood even. All the crap that made us give up being children. We just want to play. We just want to have some fun. We just want to enjoy our purpose. We want to enjoy our time of service and purpose and not be so serious. And just get out there and be the true you, the funny person that you are, the loving, innocent person that you are, and how you feel when you connect with that frequency, because this is where no hurt happens to you because you're fully protected now and you know how to clear it, you know how to move it and do those exercises every morning. And honestly, you feel 100%. So, they gave me them to do, and it's been wonderful. The last 2 mornings I've been doing it, and I just feel so good. So the exercise is to unblock heart in a child sacred space. So anyone that's feeling pain or hurt or anything that's just not right, it's just not sitting right, and you just feel uncomfortable about things, stand up, stretch your arms, do this, open it up. It clears it, it shifts it, and it works magic. It's just beautiful. And say the light language with it, and it really does. It changes everything. It just triggers something. So that's it. How does it make you feel? Do you feel better just by doing a few exercises? Opening that space. That's good. So where are we going? Guess where we're going. Now, who's heard the expression castle in the sky? They always say, we're going to go play in the castle in the sky. That's where we're going. We're going to play with the castle in the sky, and it's like a big jumping castle. And we're going in there with the cherubs, and they're going to meet with you, and they're going to activate your inner child and hear and clear it all. And they're going to take you back to that time when you guarded it and you didn't want to see what was going on in your life or the hurt or the pain. And I was saying the biggest time in my life when I got betrayed and hurt was the day my father walked out. Believe it or not, I was 7 years old. And my sister and I came home from Sunday school. Mum pulled up in the driveway. Dad was standing out on the steps with his suitcases. And the first thing he said to us was, going away for a little while, but I'll be back. And as an adult, I turned around to mum after I had my two kids and I said, I'm still holding on to the day that dad's coming back. He never came back. He went off and got married. But he told us that. And every time we saw him after that, we say, when are you coming back? So that was my betrayal, my trust and my betrayal. And so I stopped being a child at 7. And I remember I covered myself up and went like this. And people used to say to me, sit up straight. You're slouching. Why was I slouching? Because I was guarding, protecting myself. And so now you do these exercises and it opens it up. Oh. And you're free. You're actually freeing it. You're freeing it. You're becoming that child again. Just feel it. It's beautiful.